I have to say I'm not a fan of the basic income because it does not solve the problem of unemployment, and it is massively inflationary. And the net effects on the system would be a modest reduction of inequality and would be less effective in reducing unemployment and inflation. There would be a job guarantee program, which is most in favor of, from Hyman Minsky. So it would be giving a job to anyone who is willing and able to work at a basic level, at a decent basic level. And this fulfills the dual mandate of keeping unemployment at zero level or near zero level and having zero inflation. And how do we find money for funding this program? Well, you don't need to create a new kind of money. You just need to understand what money is. And money is just a public monopoly, and the government has the ability to spend in public programs and services as much as it wants without being revenue constrained, without being financially constrained. So the government, so this thing that we need taxes in order to pay services, in order to pay public services, it's just a nonsense, and it reinforces this neoliberal idea. And yeah, that's it. I think that much of the support for the neoliberal policy comes from failure to understand what actually the government can do and what money is, and that's it.
Can I just say quickly something about the government controlling the power to issue money? So if you look in the Maastricht Treaty, governments are specifically not allowed to monetize their debt. So governments cannot just go about spending, in the present system, if they want to spend 5 billion on building hospitals, they have to borrow it from the market.
No, that's not true. It's a choice.
So what's the other choice?
The choice is simply issuing the currency, simply paying salaries, which is, this is the way in which my salary is paid, for example. It's just pressing a stupid button on a keyboard. This is how my salary is paid, for example. And you don't need to borrow, that's what I'm saying, you don't need to borrow money from the market. You don't need to collect the money before you spend. If you think about it, you first need to spend, and then you can collect money, okay? This is what I'm saying. So you don't need you don't need to borrow money. You just create money because you have the monopoly, the stupid monopoly of the.
I think maybe if you'd like to come back and then we'll move to some other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, the reason I'm not saying, there certainly is enough work that needs to be done. I mean, that's so clear, all right? There's so much work that isn't being done, which society really needs to be done. Now, whether that's, in clean energy, whether that's making houses, better able to withstand the cold, whether that's, getting agriculture into some kind of fit state, so that it's not actually killing off the land and killing off the creatures in the land. I mean, absolutely. However, having observed various job creation programs, I studied quite a lot the New Deal in the 30s, and I'm certainly, sort of having to deal with people who are on workfare. I simply don't trust the government to be able, at this stage, to be able to create the kind of jobs that people need. And to me, basic income is something that really trusts people to get together to, try to sort some of these things out, and that would actually give us the time to think about properly what we actually do need to do, what we actually do need to do in society. The job creation program, while I'm not against having a job creation program as such, I really think that we actually need to first of all separate income from work. I think that's that's the kind of basic thing, and then go from there. So that's all I have to say about that.
So we had some more comments, so I think I'm going to try and do 2 or 3 and then see.